Oh, there was one there.
Hello, Mr. Rick.
Good morning, Michael. Xin chao. How are you?
I'm a bit actually too nervous.
Too nervous. Okay,
Yes.
I know. It's very natural to be nervous, but that's okay. What you have to do is you have to yeah, you have to acknowledge. Do you understand this word?
Yes, I do
Yeah,
understand.
just say, yeah, I feel nervous. Okay, but I will deal with this and I will do a good job anyway. Okay. Okay,
That's a
so it's
good
of course,
motivation.
yeah. So it's okay to feel nervous. So don't try not feel nervous because that's natural. All right.
Yes.
So that's what I mean by you acknowledge it. You say, yeah, okay, I feel nervous. Yeah, that's natural. Um, just like when you go to maybe a scary place, you say, yeah, I feel scared, but I will deal with it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, so I hope that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is don't waste energy on trying not to be nervous. That's perfectly okay to be nervous. Just think, okay, I'm nervous, but I'm going to use that to help me do a good job. All right. Anyway, so a couple of quick questions first. How is the flooding in Hanoi?
Oh, it's a bit terrible. Luckily it doesn't affect my houses because
Good. Yeah,
yeah, my apartment was high at
good.
a high place.
Okay, so I've been watching some news reports online, and I see that the Red River, the level has become quite high,
Yeah, it
and they shut Miss Ha told me they shut the Long Bien Bridge.
oh yeah, the Long Bean Bridge got actually broken. It
Oh,
is
really?
broken.
It's broken, is it?
Yes.
Wow. I remember because yeah, last time when I was in Hanoi, I went on that bridge, so I know it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So is the weather better now?
I mean, it is actually getting better, but I don't
Hmm.
know if another typhoon is gonna enter soon
Right.
or
Okay, yeah, who knows? But at the moment the weather's getting better.
Yeah, the
Okay.
forecast says that another typhoon is coming. It's called Giga, if I'm correct.
Mm, right. Okay. When is that coming? When?
But they are forecasting that it's gonna take a week to
Right.
get here
Right.
because it's already in China. I don't
Hmm.
know if it's gonna change its path to our places.
Sure. Sure. Still too early to know. I know. Okay, well I'm glad your house is okay and that you're okay. Was your school shut this week?
Yeah, it was shut about 2 days this week.
Right. Okay, but it's open now.
Yeah, it is open now.
Okay, good. All right. So what time is your test today?
About 11:30 a.m.
Okay. So what time do you have to leave your house?
Uh, I guess 10.
Okay, you have to leave at 10. And how will you get there?
My mom's gonna take me there.
Okay, good. This is all good English, Michael. Good. You're answering all your questions, all your answers are perfect. Good.
Yes,
By what I mean is perfect grammar, no mistakes.
thank you.
Great. Okay. So, is there anything in particular you would like to practice now? Otherwise, we will just practice the speaking, parts one, two, and three.
Well, I think about the specific types of part one in like writings. That's all.
Part one in writing, you would like to practice. So, do you want to do any speaking or not?
Yes, I do want to do all the speakings. I'm a
Hmm.
bit nervous actually.
Right. Okay. So we'll do the speaking. Um, for part one, I wouldn't worry too much or place too much emphasis on it. Um, Remember, part two is the most important part of the writing. Part one is only worth, what is it, 30% of the marks.
Oh,
Okay. And just
yeah.
remember, just for part one, just like I was saying to the class last week, I think, yes, you were there, to look for the main differences.
Yes.
Actually, I was a bit surprised last week. Well, just actually, I'll look quickly at it. Oh, hang on, just take me a couple of moments to get it up. I was a little bit surprised last week that no one could see the main differences. Hang on, just take me a moment to find it.
That's why I was a bit like worried about it because like most of the people they couldn't see the main ideas.
That's right. And I was surprised at that because to me, it was pretty obvious um, what the main differences were. And so what I'm going to say, that's all you need to look for in part one.
Yes, I do know.
Yeah, just the main differences. So I'll just quickly look at this again and share it with you. So Ms. Ha was telling me last week in the IELTS test, okay, the
Yeah,
students who did it got a diagram. I'll share this with you. I'll try and share this with you now.
a diagram.
Yes, very similar to the tunnel diagram. Hang on. Okay, I found it. Okay, can you see the diagram?
Yes, I can see the tunnel diagram.
Okay, so last week, at the last IELTS test, okay, the students got something quite similar to this. It was a map.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm guessing you won't get a map today.
uh-oh.
Okay, I'm guessing you won't get a map.
Yes.
All right, and that's just a guess. I'm guessing they won't repeat the same thing all the time.
I
Okay, they
mean
will.
they never did.
Yeah, they shouldn't repeat it. So they should maybe give you a graph or a chart or a table. Okay, and not a map.
Yes.
Okay, but again, just to look at this very quickly, Michael, and this is what surprised me. Actually, do I need to make it a bit? Do I need to make it a bit bigger, or can you see okay?
Yeah, I can see fine.
Okay, so again, you can see the main differences to me are that first of all, you see tunnel A is under the water.
Yes.
Okay, tunnel B is under a city.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that is
Yes.
difference number one. Difference number two is, and again, you are only, and this is the same for any graph, chart, or table. Remember, you are just looking for the most obvious differences. Okay, so difference number one, tunnel B is under a land, this is underwater. Difference number two for me is tunnel B is much longer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, again, the obvious difference. You look at the bottom, you can see this is 2.2 kilometers, this is 3.6 kilometers. Okay, it's a lot longer.
Yes.
Okay, and the other difference, well, there are several, but usually you only pick the most obvious two or three for your overview. Okay,
Yes.
and the next one I would choose, just look at the difference in the cost, Michael.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see tunnel B cost twice as
1.1.
yeah twice as much as tunnel A.
Can I
Does that
say that? Like, can I write that in the
in the
like?
overview? Yes, yes. So remember, in the overview, you don't need to use any numbers.
Oh,
Okay, so in the overview for this, all I would say is something along the lines of, it can be clearly seen that tunnel B is under a city, whereas tunnel A is underwater. Tunnel B is also much longer than tunnel A, and tunnel B cost twice as much as tunnel A.
yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's all you have to say. That is your overview. Just the three main differences. So while it looks a bit complicated, all you are doing is just comparing and looking for differences.
Yes.
And so it'll be the same in any graph, chart, or table that you get. There will be differences. That's why they give it to you. Okay, it should be easy to see the differences.
Oh,
And all you do is pick out the two or three main ones.
okay. I
Okay.
understood.
Yeah, I mean, there are other differences here which you would write about in your detail paragraphs. For example, you can see here that tunnel A is only 2 lanes on each side. Okay.
Oh, yes.
And you
And
can see here how many lanes has tunnel B got?
the 3 lanes.
Correct. Okay, 3 lanes. Okay, that is another difference. So you can put that in the detail paragraph. You can say tunnel B is deeper than tunnel A.
Oh,
Not much, but it's deeper.
yeah. It's 10 meters deeper.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah. So you can see it's not hard to see the differences once you know what you are looking for. Does that make
Ye-
sense?
yes.
Yeah. So in whatever task one they give you today, just look for the main differences and and
Okay.
and remember not to write about any figures in the overview. Put them in the detail.
Yes.
Okay, and that's it.
Mm.
All right. So just to
All right.
paraphrase the overview, you know, it can be clearly seen that, or overall, and then 2 paragraphs looking at the detail.
Yes.
Where you say tunnel A is only 2.2 kilometers, but tunnel B, which goes under the city, is 3.6 kilometers. That's what you put in the detail paragraph, the numbers.
Okay.
And that's it. That's it. That's how you answer it. So it'll be the same with any table or graph or chart they show you, or even map. If they do give you a map, again, I think these ones are easier than graphs or tables or chart because it's very easy to see in front of you what the
Yeah.
differences are. Like a map. You look at a map Map A and map B will have different things on them. Just write about the differences.
Well, but I have a high possibility that I won't get it today.
Yeah, you probably won't. Okay, so because they did that last time, whenever the last test was. Okay, that's what Mrs. Ha told me. Actually, she's already sent me the one they used in the most recent test, which is a map.
Oh,
So
okay. That
you probably won't get a map, but you might get something, possibly like the one we looked at a few weeks ago. This one, remember?
yeah, the life cycle of the silkworm.
Yeah. Okay. And if you get again, you were just describing. Okay. This one, of course, you are not looking for differences, but you are just describing the main features.
Yes.
Like it takes, what is it? I can see here straight away. Takes 16 days for an
Uh,
egg to turn into a moth. Okay.
yes.
That's one of the main features. And how many stages are there in the life cycle of the silkworm?
There are 5 stages.
Correct. Okay.
Beginning with
Correct. That's right. Correct, Michael. Exactly right. And then you do the same for this one. How many stages are there in the production of silk cloth? There are
uh,
5.
there are also 5.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are also 5, beginning with. And what is this?
Selecting the cocoon.
Correct. Okay. And it finishes with.
Uh,
Okay.
finishing with dyeing the silk.
Exactly right. So there you are. You've done your overview. Easy.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. So does that help you?
yes, that does help me.
So that's why I think these sort of ones are easier than graphs and tables. The graphs, you've actually got to look at the numbers and work out what is happening.
Hmm.
Okay. So do you have any more questions about task 1?
No, I think that's all for task 1.
Okay. And again, I mean, we can look at another one if you like. Well,
I mean,
where is a graph? We looked at this before. Again, this is a map. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, a map of the building in 2010 and the difference in 2025. Okay, and again,
yes.
what are the main differences? All right, where's a graph? Let me find you a graph. Here's one.
Oh,
Okay, you get something like this. Okay, so this is comparing males and females.
okay.
Remember, you look at if you get one of these, you look at what is on each axis. So on the x-axis, okay, it is the percentage, obviously,
Yes,
of people who are doing sport. Okay. On this axis,
is the variety of sports.
correct. How many sports are there?
There are 5 sports.
Good. And it measures males and females.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see straight away what is the most popular sport for males?
The most popular sport for males is football, and for women is cycling.
Correct. What is the least popular sport for males?
The least popular sport for males is swimming. No, it's hockey,
Mm-hmm.
and it also happens for women. It also works for women.
Good. Okay. There you are. You've just done the overview, Michael. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Does that make it seem easier? You're just for the overview, just looking for the main differences.
Yes.
Okay. Then, like I say, then in your detail paragraphs, all you have to do is decide how you are going to divide the graph up into 2 paragraphs.
Yes.
Okay. There are 2 ways you can do this. You can do it by sport, okay, or you can do it 1 paragraph on males, 1 paragraph on females. I think that is easier.
Okay. I
In this
understand.
case, because there are 5 sports, so you can't divide those evenly between 2 paragraphs.
Yeah, I can't.
It means you've got to put three sports in 1 paragraph, 2 sports in the other. but you can divide males and females evenly. So one paragraph for males, one paragraph for females.
Oh yeah, that's what my planning to do
Yeah,
this for.
exactly. So that's how you do that one. Does that make sense?
Yes, this make clearly sense.
Okay, so that is a chart for you, and it'll be the same if you get a table,
Oh, okay.
okay, or a pie graph. Again, just looking for the main features.
Yes.
All right, and in this case, again, differences between male and female.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about part one?
That's probably all for the part one.
Yeah. So I hope that makes you feel more confident. Okay. But again, of course, don't spend too much time on part one. As you know, only 20 minutes.
I know.
Yeah, because part two, much more important. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So shall we move on to speaking now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So you remember part one questions. I'll ask you some now.
Okay.
In fact, I'll start from the beginning. All right?
Yes,
All right.
that's best.
Okay. Hello, my name is Teacher Rick. What's your name, please?
My name is Michael. You can call me Minh, as in my Vietnamese name.
Great, Ming. Okay, very nice to meet you, Ming. Are you from Hanoi, Ming?
Yes, I am from Hanoi, Vietnam.
Okay, good. Now, I'd just like to ask you a few questions about yourself. Firstly, what part of Hanoi do you live in?
Well, I live in the north part of Hanoi. It's a very breezy way. It's also cozy, but recently it received many like effects from the Yagi typhoon. For example, flooding, and it has been affecting the land a lot.
Okay. Do you enjoy living in that part of Hanoi?
Well, normally I would say that I do enjoy it, but recently I don't actually enjoy it at all because the weather has been making me sick. Like I've been getting many cold and I've been vomiting a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you could choose a favorite part, a good part of Hanoi to live in, where would you live?
Well, I will live in the countryside of Hanoi. It is peaceful. Uh, it makes me feel serene and I can enjoy a lot of activities there. For example, like kiting, like doing some, running off the road on the countryside because there isn't any narrow roads.
Okay, good. These are good, Michael. Good, very good.
Thank you.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, most likely I would love to sleep in my spare time, but if I'm about to have a test, then I will use most of the time practicing and revising for it. Like for example, like I've been doing some practice in my spare time this morning with my teacher Rick.
Okay, that's good, Michael. That's good. And what I also like about Michael, I know maybe you are feeling nervous, but you look relaxed and smiling. That's great.
Yes.
Okay, like I've said to you, remember the examiner. Try treat the examiner like he is a friend you have just met. Okay,
Yes.
and not like he is giving you a test, but you are just talking, getting to know someone, and he's asking you just questions about yourself. Okay, and
Yes.
that's good.
I
So it's
understand.
good to see you smiling, Michael. That's great. Okay, just like I say, try to treat it as you would if you and I had met for the first time, and I'm asking you questions about yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, exactly like that. Okay, and you can stop. Remember, you can stop to think for a little bit. Okay, you
Okay.
can say things like, I haven't thought about that before, or that's a good question, or I don't know anything about that, but, okay, remember, you can always use those, okay?
Yes.
Okay, you don't have to know everything about everything, all right?
Yes.
So you can say, oh, I don't know anything about I don't know anything about climate change, but I do know that these days it seems to rain more and more in Hanoi, more than it used to when I was a child. Okay?
Yes.
Does that make sense? Something like that.
Yes.
As long as you give some answer to the question.
Okay.
Because remember, all they are asking, all they are testing is just your ability to communicate. That's all.
Yes, I do.
That's all. So that's good, Michael. Okay, you're doing very well at that. Shall we go on to part 2 now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to share a screen with you now. That is a part 2 topic. So, and remember with this, I think the secret is only use their bullet points if they are useful. All right.
Yes.
If
I
they are not useful, make up your own bullet points. Don't have to use them. As long as you are answering the topic, you can say what you like. Okay?
understand. Yeah.
All right. And again, as I've said many times, if you can try to tell a story from your own experience of something, makes it
Oh,
much easier.
okay.
Okay. Let's have a look here.
Ooh.
Okay. Can you see difficult jobs?
Yes, I can see the difficult jobs.
Okay. Well, in fact, I will let you choose one of these actually, Michael. Okay? Have a
Uh,
look at these these are 3 part 2 topics.
okay.
So I'll let you choose. These are real topics, by the way. This is the sort of thing they will ask you.
Okay. I will still choose the difficult job because I think it's the hardest in the three one.
Okay, so you have 1 minute to prepare starting from now. Okay, that's the end of your 1 minute. Thank you, Ming. So remember, you have 2 minutes to talk on the topic. Don't worry if I stop you. I will stop you at the end of 2 minutes if you are still talking. Okay,
Yes.
so, all right. So you have 2 minutes to tell me about a difficult job starting from now.
Okay. So a difficult task that I have succeeded in doing is probably getting a high score in math. And I have done many math tests and I've been practicing a lot. But the fact that I kept getting confused when it comes to geometry, and that has become my disadvantage. It kept me on dragging me down on my scores. And then one day I found a way to actually, well, make this problem easier. It is by, well, listening to a podcast about math and how people went through the problem. At first, the storyteller that told that he had the same problem as mine. He said that he has been struggling with geometry for a long time, but then he found his path through many teachers, many friends' advices, and the most importantly is from his parents. Uh, at first, I don't think that it is a useful, it is that much of a useful advice of him. But when I actually tried it out, many people helped me, and I've improved a lot. And then again, as I try to like go on the same path as him, my points also got better. And nowadays, well, my points has been in the top like learners of the class, and I'm really grateful that I have watched that podcast up until now. I have also been grateful that I get many helps from my friends, my teachers, and my family. Thank you.
Look at that, Michael. Can you see?
Oh, that's very close.
That's very close. Okay, that's almost perfect. Okay, that was good, Michael. So obviously you were able to talk fluently for 2 minutes. Okay, your
Yeah.
grammar was pretty good. Only a few little mistakes, nothing to worry about. And I think I said to you before, don't worry about small mistakes.
Yes.
Okay, you can still get a score of 9 and make small mistakes. So don't worry
Yeah.
about that. So your grammar was all fine, your coherence, your story made sense, okay?
Yes.
Had a beginning and an end, and like I say, you talked fluently for 2 minutes without pausing, okay, and sounded very natural. So that's great, Michael. Very good.
Yes.
Okay. So the only thing listening to your story was, and I was listening to it as a story. So what did you learn from the guy on the podcast?
I learned that I could use some help from the outside and
Mm-hmm.
from my family.
Okay. So, like, for example, is the only thing, you be a little bit more specific.
Oh yeah, I didn't like make the example because I thought I was telling a story.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I understand that. But maybe you could give just for this one, like I say, I was listening to the story and I wanted to know what it was useful that the podcast taught you.
Yes.
Okay, so you say the podcast that said, get advice from your family. Um, so what advice did you get from your family that helped you get a high score?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
didn't
mean.
actually thought about that.
Yeah. Okay. So, but that's the sort of thing you can tell as part of the story. Okay. So
Okay.
that was good, Michael. So now part three. I'll ask you some part three questions about that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hang on. Let's make sure I have the right document here. Okay, so your part two question was about difficult jobs. So I'm going to ask you now some questions, excuse me, about difficult jobs. What do you think are the most difficult jobs that someone could do?
Well, in my opinion, the most difficult job that someone can do is separating the sea. Uh, I don't think that is possible on the theoretically, but like if you are actually patient enough and if you have enough manpower, then you could probably do it. Like in the mythology, Moses used to spread the sea with his whole arms. I think that is just a myth, but some people have actually tried it out and succeeded. Like for
Okay,
example, in the recent article, if in like 2819, a man tried separating a part of the North Carolina Sea with his friends and with some construction workers.
okay. Interesting answer, Michael. That's fine. I think just be a little bit careful that you are answering what the question is asking.
Oh,
Okay. So in this case, I think what it is asking you is like, what are the most difficult or even worse jobs that someone could do to make money?
oh, so it's an
Okay.
income. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes, that's what they mean by difficult job. So is a difficult job, I don't know, um, sweeping the streets of Hanoi, trying to keep the street clean in Hanoi. Is a difficult job being a taxi driver in Hanoi because the
Yes.
traffic is so bad? Is a difficult job. Let me see. What else would be a hard job? Obviously, you have to think quickly with this. Would a difficult job be being a teacher, for example? You have to deal with a lot of children, okay, and trying
Yes.
to help them learn. So that could be it. So I think that's what the question means. So it's
I
talking
kind
about jobs that are hard to do.
yes, I kind of misunderstood the
Yeah,
topic
that's
because
right.
I like in the second part I was asked to do like the job thing and
Yeah.
it wasn't a job, a
Mm,
career.
mm.
So I didn't think of that.
Okay. So I think that's what the, yeah. So, and again, remember, you can ask for them to explain a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So if I say to you, what are the most difficult jobs people can do? You can say, uh, difficult jobs? What do you mean by that? Okay.
Yes.
So you can say that. You can ask the examiner, all right, to explain a little bit. If you are not sure about the question, please ask.
Okay.
Okay. And that,
Yes.
and again, that's good because it shows you are communicating.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I would just, if I was the examiner, I would just give you the examples I just said. For example, difficult job could be taxi driver in Hanoi or a teacher. They could be difficult job. Okay. All
Yes.
right. So next question. Why do you think some people choose to do jobs they know are difficult?
Well, the reason why people chose to do the job that they know that are difficult because they don't have a choice and they still need income for their families. Like for example, many people nowadays do not have their choices to pick a job because due to the fact that they do not have enough knowledge, they do not have enough the level to take a job that they wish for. So and as in financial problems, they had to choose a job that they didn't like, and it is hard to do. So that's why it is the reason why many people chose the hard job, even though they know that it is difficult.
Okay, good, Michael. That's a good answer. Okay, very good. Next question. Do you agree or disagree that all jobs are difficult sometimes?
Yes, I do agree that all jobs are difficult sometimes due to the fact that, well, it depends on your mood. And sometimes things don't go your way because, like, for example, if you're a police officer and then a robbery happens when you're enjoying like a dinner at home, you have to pack up and go immediately. That's when you feel like the job is getting a bit hard for you because you couldn't have time to enjoy the dinner with your family.
Okay, good, Michael. Good. You are using examples very well. Okay, that's great. Okay.
Yes.
Next question. How important is it for everyone to have a goal in life? When I say goal, I mean something to aim for.
Yes. Um, it is really important for everyone to have a goal in life because if you don't, then you will have no motivation, no determination, or whatsoever like integrity for to do any jobs that you're aiming for. And like for example, if you set a goal to like reach a high point in math, like I do, then probably you will have the motivation to actually try every method you could to like improve your points. But if you don't have a goal in life, you're just like wandering around, like asking yourself how to improve your math points and finding things that are irrelevant to the topic.
Okay, very good, Michael. Okay, that's great. Okay, so that is the end of part 3. So that is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it is the I'm actually a bit bad feeling better because I think I answered the question like great.
Yes,
It's perfect, but it's great.
it is. You are answering, it is good enough. Okay, you are
Yes.
answering well enough. Okay, so like I said, you're using examples very well. Okay,
Yes.
and you are doing, remember the structure for a part three answer is you answer the question, you say why, and you give an example. Right,
Yes.
which is exactly what you're doing. So you the one about goals, you said, yes, I think everyone should have a goal in life. And the reason is, and then you give your reasons, okay? And then you
Yes.
gave your example, which was about you and your maths, okay? Great.
Yes.
And that's exactly how you structure your answer
So if
for
you
every part three question.
yes. So like if you were to rate me, then how many would I get?
Oh, I give you 7 for what you've done today.
Thank you.
Okay, give you 7 because like I say, you answered part 1 and part 3 with good, correct answers. When I say correct, I mean the English was correct.
Yes.
Okay, the coherence was good. Everything made sense. Okay, and you
Yes.
did answer the questions. All right, you answered the
Okay.
question. Okay, and the same with part 2.
Okay.
Okay, again, you answered the questions, you gave examples, you used yourself as an example, you told a story about how you went online to try to find out how to do maths better. Okay,
Yes.
good. All made sense. That's the main thing. So you communicated well. So yeah, I would give you a 7 for that.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to practice, Michael? I don't want to talk to you too. I don't want to wear you out. Okay, you have to save some of your energy for the test.
Well, I don't think I have many left to like actually practice, but like it's a bit of the of from what you teaches me. But can I get some tips for reading?
For reading, for
Yes,
reading, for reading. Hang on, let's see if I've got something on reading. Hang on just a moment.
like just some tips.
For the reading test, obviously. Okay. So I'm just trying to find here if I've got something useful I can show you.
Yes.
Okay. I've got a document here I will share with you. Okay, can you see the document?
Yes, I can see the document.
I'll make it a little bit bigger, easier to read. Okay, can you read it okay?
Yes, I can read it. Okay.
All right. So the first one is this. All right.
Okay.
So quickly look at the first and last sentences in the paragraph. Okay, to give you
Okay.
a general idea of what the paragraph is about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Remember to look for this.
Oh,
names, numbers, and unusual words. There will often be questions about these.
oh,
Okay. Some obvious instructions. Okay. If it says write no more than 2 words, don't write 3 words. Okay. You have to follow the instructions exactly.
okay.
Okay. Even if you can think there are 3 words here, just write 2. Otherwise, if you write 3, they will just ignore all your answer.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Okay. So if it says write 2 words, you won't get an extra mark for writing 3. Okay. If it says 2 words, write 2 words. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just remember this. Okay. The test questions will be paraphrased. Okay, which means they will use different language
Oh,
than the part in the text that they are referring to. Does that make sense?
yes, that does make.
The questions will be a paraphrase. So just make sure you understand what the paraphrase is. And then when you are looking for the part of the text that relates to the question, just make sure you understand the paraphrase correctly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Because usually the question, it won't have exactly the same words as in the text.
Okay.
It will paraphrase. Okay. Again, these ones are fairly obvious. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Remember, you need to go quite fast. If you are not sure of an answer, go to the next question.
Okay.
Okay. If you have then time, because it's most important you complete the exam. Okay.
Yes.
You don't want to spend too long trying to work out the answer to one question, and then suddenly find you've only got 5 minutes left to
Oh, yes.
finish everything else. Okay. So anything you are not sure about, just skip it, go to the next one, and then go back at the end. All right.
Okay.
I think the worst mistake people make is that they, only suddenly they find they still have 5 questions to answer, and it's the end. Time has run out.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure you finish the test first, then go back for anything you are not sure about. Okay. Again, this is fairly simple. Remember, questions are always in the order that you will find the answers in the text. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need to go to different parts in the text all the time looking for answers. All the answers should be in order of each
Oh,
paragraph. Okay. Do not rely on your common sense to answer. Okay, must find the answer in the test. So, in other words, don't try guess the
yes.
answer. Okay, all right. What I was saying before, don't spend too long on one sentence. Okay,
Oh,
you might spend a lot of time trying to find an answer which isn't there.
okay.
Okay, because the answer could be something like this, not given. Hmm?
Oh,
Okay. What else is there here I think you know most of this already.
yes. I think I do know most of this.
Okay. And again, I'll just show you a little bit about this. Okay. Understanding paragraph structure can help you identify correct headings. Remember, paragraphs, just like what we practice in writing task 2, paragraphs should always start with a topic sentence,
Okay.
okay, which introduces the main subject. Okay. Then the next sentences, they explain the topic sentence. Okay. And
Okay.
then the last sentence, well, in our writing task too, the last sentence, as you know, is always an example. But in the case of the reading test, the last sentence is often just a conclusion of the main idea in the paragraph.
Oh,
Okay, so that's why it's useful when you are skimming just to read the first and last sentences of each paragraph. Okay, because that will give you the idea of what the paragraph is about
okay.
without you having to read every word in the paragraph. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that can help you save time. Okay, and like short answers, okay, just look for small differences between statements, okay, and being exact with matching meanings.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any questions about anything in here?
No, I think that's all for the questions.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, I think the main thing for you is not to get, not to spend too much time. Okay. Make sure you finish the test, then go
Yes.
back and so do all the questions first. What you think you are sure you know what the answer is. Okay.
Okay.
Then go back and do the ones you're not sure. You can spend, if you have time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes at the end, then you have time to go back and guess if you have to.
Okay.
Okay, that is the best. That is the way. That is the exam technique to do for this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So those are my tips for the reading test.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So I think that's it, Michael. I think you are very well prepared now.
Yes, I think I am well prepared. Well, the only problem I have left is I think my mentality.
What do you mean by that?
I have been really unstable these days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
But you need to, of course, for today, you need to put that out of your mind just for a few hours.
Of course.
Of
I
course.
must do.
Yeah, of course, you must do. Okay, and just focus on what is happening today. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters today. Okay, but you can. I think, Michael, you can feel very confident. Okay, you have the ability to do well at this. As I've said before, you speak very well. You've got a great vocabulary.
Yes.
Very good. It was very good. What you've said to me today, you didn't use any words that weren't correct. Your language, for most of it, was actually quite simple, which was great because you didn't make any mistakes.
Yes.
Okay, you just concentrated on communicating, and that was great. Remember, that's what the test is about.
I understood.
Yeah, they're not sitting there with a list of words, saying, "Oh, has he used any 4-syllable words?" Yeah, they don't care. They just want to hear you communicating in English. Can you speak in proper sentences? Is what you are saying make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Can I understand what he's saying? Yeah. Is he using English correctly? That's all. That's all.
Okay.
That's all you have to do. Okay, and you can do that.
Yes.
You can do that very well. Okay. And again, just like I said before, what you are doing with me now, you are quite relaxed, even though I know you are feeling a bit nervous about this morning, of course, but you are still smiling. Okay. And it
Yeah.
hasn't affected your creativity. All right. Which is great.
Yes.
Okay. So just be exactly like we have done in our practice. That's all you have to do. Okay.
Okay.
And you'll be fine. I'm very confident about you.
Thank you, Mr. Rick.
Okay. Anyway, so I look forward to when you get time, if you feel like it, just please send me a quick email about how it went, how you feel it went. Okay.
I will send it immediately after I went home.
Okay. Good. Well, if you feel like it. All right.
I always feel like it. You're the teacher after all.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I don't want to, you might be tired. You might want to rest. You might want to have a nap because you will be concentrating, I know. So just sometime, just send me just how you think it went and what the questions were like.
Yes.
Okay. And sometimes, one last thing, sometimes, actually, I've heard this before, sometimes maybe the teacher might seem a bit grumpy
Oh
for
yeah,
whatever reason.
the
And
reason teachers always look so grumpy.
and sometimes that's because maybe they have some problem in their life.
Yes.
Okay. Teachers, they are just obviously just like you and me. Maybe they have some problem at home, or maybe one of their children is sick, or maybe their house has been flooded this week.
Yes.
Okay, so they are not very happy for some reason. But if you see them, if they don't seem to be smiling much at you, okay, or seem a bit grumpy, don't let that worry you. Okay, that's their problem.
I won't.
Okay, don't think, oh, they don't like me. Okay, they're going to give me a bad mark. Okay, don't think like that. That just affects your confidence.
Yes.
Just think, oh well, maybe they have some problem in their life. Too bad.
Yes.
Okay, nothing I can do about that. I'll just continue to treat them like a friend. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Michael. So good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Rick.
I'll be thinking of you.
Yes, I'll be sending an email after I got home.
That's fine. Look forward to it, Michael. So all the best. Okay. Hope
Yes.
everything goes well. And yeah, like I say, you are well prepared, Michael. Well prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Rick.
Okay. Okay. And Mrs. Ha is there too.
Oh, yes.
So